It's been 4 days since I've last done a set of 50. 60 kilos for 50 reps. And then I do this. Last time I did a similar thing. It took me 4 or 5 days after a set of 50 with 60 kilos for me to produce a 1 rep max, a PR essentially. This time around though, there's been a few things that have been out of the normal, I guess, and I want to mention those things. For me, in my history, I've always felt like high reps make me stronger. I know I can't really get a lot of people to kind of join me in that thinking. Most people in the strength community would say that doesn't make any sense, man. You know, sets of 50, God, sets of 10 can't make you stronger. Set of 15, that'll make you stronger immediately. You might be building the blocks to make you stronger later on, but you have to realize that strength in some sort of like block periodization method. So you do, if you want to go up that high, set of 50, then set of 30, 20, 10, 5s, and then you spend a couple of weeks maybe doing doubles, triples, and that kind of thing. And then you can kind of express that new built hypertrophy, that new built strength. What I'm saying is I don't have that same experience. My experience is if I do a set of 50 right now, once I recover from that set of 50 in 3 or 4 or 5 days, I'm going to get stronger with the 1 rep max. That's been my experience. And I've mentioned this in the past where I got to a 200 kilo PR back squat first time around on the back of doing super squats, which was a set of 20. I kind of watered down that program as well, so it wasn't so suicidally. You know, that program is basically misery if you can put up with it. But it got me stronger. I was doing a whole bunch of breathing squats. So that's been my experience. And, 40 days ago now, something like that, around day 900 or something like this, I set my 170 kilo front squat PR. And that day was also after a 4 or 5 day break of 60 times 50. So I do 60 times 50. 4 days later, I hit a PR. And then I went into a crazy period there where a few days after that, hit a 175. A few days after that one, I hit a 212.5 kilo squat PR. So my experience has always been, yeah, man, high reps get you stronger. And so much stronger that I'm up to sets of 50 here, right? However, I think there's more to this period than just high reps. Some of you guys that have followed me in the last 3 or 4 days would know that last 3 or 4 days for me have been subpar. Like they have not been good at all. I haven't been feeling well. One thing is my kids have been sick. My wife has been sick. So there's been a lot of viruses around the place. I woke up probably 3 or 4 days ago with a sore throat in the middle of the night. And I woke up and I was sitting there in disbelief. I'm on annual leave from work and I'm going to get sick now and blow this whole period of annual leave, which I was hoping to train really hard because I've got, sleep, food and all of that stuff so I can up the training. And then I got sick and I was like, come on, man, what's happening? And in that moment, I kind of thought about what caused this, and what my diagnosis at the time was, I've overshot it, I've overtrained. Now, overtrained for the calories that I was taking in. Basically, I think I didn't eat enough food for the amount of work that I was doing. I was doing sets of 50, basically 3 or 4 days in a row. Burned the hell out of me, didn't recover, and eventually my immune system copped it, and I wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, I think it was on a Friday, with a sore throat. And I'm thinking, shit, I've screwed up. Automatically, I thought to myself, the calories. So then, funnily enough, I went into the kitchen, I ate the leftover tacos that we had from the night before, and then I downed a whole freaking pack of Tim Tams. Now, that thing had something like, I forget now, I think it was like 1,000 calories. I think it was 4,000 kilojoules, and you fellas were telling me to divide that by 4 to get calories. 1,000 calories. So a shit ton of calories are down at 3 o'clock in the morning. In my mind, I was thinking, I need calories, man. This is why I'm sick. So I just basically took IV sugar, basically, with these Tim Tams. So I did that. And then from that moment on, since Friday, I've been eating like a maniac. I haven't been training for 3 or 4 days properly. I haven't been pushing myself because of this kind of mild health thing that's going on. But I've been eating like a maniac, drinking a lot of water. So that's the thing, right? I've upped my calories, I've deloaded in a sense, and who knows, maybe I put on some weight. Now, I reckon I'm 99 kilos right now. I continually forget to actually weigh myself in the morning. So 99 to 100 is kind of like my PM weight. How much that shifts, I'm not sure. I think I'm around 99 and a half, something like this. So I need to say that. I can't just basically tell you guys is the high reps. I've done other things. I've done a deload and I've done a lot of calories. And then this happens. Now, I do have to say that I feel like the most important component to this PR has been the high reps. I truly believe that, because that is the true common denominator when it comes to my experience. It's been multiple times in this program that I've done high reps and had produced really good results. Yes, the deload and the high, calorie intake probably helped, but I still feel like none of these things would have done anything if I didn't do the high reps. And so the moment I lifted that 180, I thought to myself, automatically, just like a nuclear bomb in my mind, I'm just like, okay, what did I do? The first thought was, well, you know what you did, man, like sets of 50. That's what in my heart of hearts, that's what I think is producing all of these results. Some 40 days ago, I had the same freaking experience. Lots of sets of 50 make me stronger. How, why, when, all of these questions, I don't understand the science behind it, but simply put, when I'm doing these breathing squats, they kill me. Number one, they absolutely kill me. And this is why I kind of got sick, because it's so freaking taxing. But I think you get stronger doing these things. I think I tap into some muscle fibers which never get a look in when I'm doing sets of 1, 2, 3, 4s and 5s, like the normal, generally accepted strength training. When I do that stuff, I don't get stronger. Now, there might be something wrong with me. I might be just a freak of nature, how my muscles are made up. But I feel better and I get stronger doing sets of freaking 50. Now, where can you produce literature? Where I've never read anything about doing a set of 50 to up your 1 rep max. And I'm not talking about this whole thing about periodization. Yeah, do a set of 50 and in like 3 months' time, with proper periodization, you will display the 1 rep max. I'm talking about 4 days later, man. 4 days later. Now, once again, I never heard anybody say that. I recall Louis Simmons, the West Side Boys, talking about doing super high repetitions on accessories like tricep push downs, skull crushes, deltoid raises, lateral raises, like all this stuff. The West Side was a lot of reps, like minimal rest intervals, lots and lots of reps. But they never did it with the bar. They never did a deadlift or a set of 50 or squats or anything like this. I am finding that basically bodybuilding is really good for power lifting. That's been my experience. Now, my experience might be really skewed because I have this like huge experience of doing singles for like 50 million years. Especially in this program, I basically spent, I don't know how long, man. The majority of this program has been, all of the days have the majority of them have been rock up to the gym, warm up and sprint up to a heavy single training max. And then back down, do a couple of triples, doubles or whatever. All kind of like sub 5 reps, essentially. That's kind of been the majority of the program. And then I've had moments where I've had pain come into my body, especially the right hip. And in this delusional, like frustrational state, I'm like, man, I got to change something, man. And then when I started doing high rep deadlifts and good mornings and RDLs, I was like, my Lord, my joints are thanking me. I'm feeling better. And that, because of the healthy joints and everything's feeling so good, makes me feel stronger, because we all know that pain is an antagonist. If you have pain anywhere in your body, you're not going to be putting all your might through that particular joint. So if I have shitty joints, say an angry hip, and I load up 180, man, the moment I get into like the hurt locker or get into that halfway sticking point, my body's going to deregulate the central nervous system and be like, screw this shit, man, we're not going to get injured here. Downregulate the central nervous system. We all know strength is a neuromuscular expression. It's not just a muscular expression. There's nerve component to every single thing that we do. And nerves, man, they are like the hard wiring. They are the CPU of the car. If you got a shit freaking map running, if you got a bad tune, I don't care what you got under the bonnet, it's not happening, man. The central nervous system is that. It controls everything. And so that's how I'm thinking about all of this. This is what my thinking process is. I think it's the high reps, but I have to mention the extra calories, potentially, higher body weight, maybe like a half a kilo. I don't know how much can you put in a freaking 5 day period. I mean, I don't feel any different. I don't look any different, but I thought I'd mention it because my calories have been up, and I actually have had basically crappy training last 3-4 days. I've just taken it easy because I'm thinking, Jesus, I don't want to go down the path of, fever and really taxing myself. I don't want to spend my last 4 or 5 days of annual leave in bed. So that's kind of been my approach the last 3-4 days. And the moment, this is the thing, I always say this to you guys. These moments where I hit PRs, yes, of course, it's happy. It's a happy moment, man. No one gets upset for hitting a PR, but it's a short-lived thing because my mind automatically goes, all right, 185. My mind automatically goes, okay, let's reverse back and go into the journal and read every little freaking thing I've written in the last 2 weeks to study the secret recipe because something has gone right here, man. Something has gone right, and you don't need a freaking double-blind control trial to work out what's happening here, man. I've had 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 periods like this in the whole freaking last 3 years. Just go back to these periods where you've had success with high reps and, or when you've set PRs, and you can see the high reps is a common thread. And that's what experience is. This is why I always tell you guys, you got to write this shit down, man. You got to write all these periods down. The shit days, write that down, man. Don't just write down the good periods. The good periods you can forget about. Like today. That's just an expression of the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 40 days. That's where you find your answers. Not, what exercise did I do today to actually do this? That's irrelevant. How did you build up to this? What happened? And that's what I'm thinking. Definitely the high reps, definitely probably the deload from it. Although, when I hit the 170, 175, I didn't have these things. I did not have the high calories. I did not have a deload, and I still produced the same thing. So you don't have to be a scientist to realize that the common thread here is high reps, because I did not have a deload or huge calories then. So this is why I'm quite confident in saying this. I reckon it's just the freaking high reps. And I know a lot of you guys are far more experienced than me when it comes to training, far stronger than me. So you're listening to this and you're like, nah, something else is going on. I don't know, man. Maybe I am all freaking slow twitch fibers in my body and my body just freaking responds like crazy to high repetitions. Maybe it's that. But I'm going to say something here that's going to sound completely crazy. But I believe in sub 50% of your 1 rep max work. I really believe that. I know all the stuff out there, like the golden percentage for strength training is between, let's say 70 and 85. But I think most people will say 75 and 85% in that range. Basically sets of 5 or sets of 3 or something along those, sub 5. That's where you want to be for strength. What I'm telling you here is most of my success as a lifter has been sub 50. Sub freaking 50, man. That's what my experience has been. 40%, 30%. Bloody beaut. Bloody beaut. The only thing you got to make sure when you do this sort of crap is eat. You got to eat, man. You have to eat. And then your body feels good. You sleep like crazy. Your mood is great. But when you do a 5 sets of 5, I've spoken about this, man, you feel like somebody's beating the hell out of you. It's so freaking heavy. Now, once again, I have to say, everyone's different. You have to find your range where you want to live. 1 plate for me on the bar is plenty to get stronger. So then I can put 4 plates on the front squat, 5 plates on the back squat, hopefully soon. I'm working with 1 plate, man. 1 plate aside, that's good enough for me. It's crazy. It's crazy. But one of you guys, last week has left a quote from Rich Piana who said, I don't care if you squat 600 pounds. Put 2 good plates on the bar and do that for a set of 30, and that's a workout. It's resonating in my mind. This stuff, these bodybuilders, man, there's something to be learned there. Guys, I've got a few names to mention in this video. 2 fellas. Orhun Senturk, hopefully I said that correctly, man, and Junior Madiba. 2 fellas who have popped up on the Patreon list this morning. I think it was this morning. I want to appreciate you guys. Like I always say to everyone on the list, it's a great pleasure for me to see so many people pulling together for this community, supporting the channel, supporting my work, my videos. It really is uplifting to wake up in the morning and see fresh faces, fresh names on the list. So I want to thank you guys, like everyone else in the list, everybody in the DMs and also in the comments. I appreciate you guys, and I'm like always, I want to, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Is it the deload, or is it the high reps, or is it a mixture, or is it the high calories? I want to see the weighing 1, 2, 3. I think for me, the number one, the most common thread is the high repetitions. Yes, the deload probably helped, and yes, the calories helped, but I think the common thread in all of my training experience has been high reps. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you tonight. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.